In this video, we have told you the words related to the rainy season by visualizing them through images and sentences. Hope you will like it. Please subscribe to this channel. Let's start this video. The first word is rain. Rain. For example, look, it's raining outside. Next, rainy. Rainy. For example, we love playing in the rainy season. Next, rainy season. Rainy season. For example, during the rainy season, the fields turn green. Next, raindrop. Raindrop. For example, a raindrop fell on my hand. Next, rain cats and dogs. Rain cats and dogs. For example, it's raining cats and dogs outside. Next, rainbow. Rainbow. For example, after the rain, we often see a beautiful rainbow in the sky. Next, raincoat. Raincoat. For example, don't forget to wear your raincoat when it's raining. Next, rain gauge. Rain gauge. For example, we use a rain gauge to measure how much rain has fallen. Next, acid rain. Acid rain. For example, acid rain can harm plants and animals. Next, rain cloud. Rain cloud. For example, dark rain clouds covered the sky. Next, cloud. Cloud. For example, look up. Can you see the fluffy white cloud? Next, dark cloud. Dark cloud. For example, when dark clouds gather, it might rain heavily. Next, cloudburst. Cloudburst. For example, a cloudburst flooded the streets within minutes. Friends, after watching the complete video, you must download the PDF for this joint Telegram or WhatsApp channel. Its link is in the description. Next, storm cloud. Storm cloud. For example, the sky was filled with dark storm clouds before the thunderstorm. Next, storm. Storm. For example, we stayed indoors during the storm. Next, dust storm. Dust storm. For example, a dust storm covered the entire city in a haze. Next, thunderstorm. Thunderstorm. For example, the thunderstorm woke me up last night. Next, hailstorm. Hailstorm. For example, we had to take cover during the hailstorm. Next, hail. Hail. For example, the sound of hail hitting the roof was loud. Next, hailstones. Hailstones. For example, we collected hailstones in a bucket. Next, sleet. Sleet. For example, the sleet made the roads slippery. Next, thunder. Thunder. For example, the loud thunder scared the little puppy. Next, shower. Shower. For example, we enjoyed dancing in the shower. Next, drizzle. Drizzle. For example, the drizzle cooled down the hot afternoon. Next, Pelt down. Pelt down. For example, during the monsoon, it often pelts down heavily. Next, damp. Damp. For example, the clothes left outside became damp. Next, waterlogged. Waterlogged. For example, the heavy rain left the streets waterlogged. Next, blow. Blow. For example, the wind blew gently through the trees. Next, cold wind. Cold wind. For example, we wrapped ourselves in blankets to shield from the cold wind. Next, slip. Slip. For example, be careful not to slip on the wet floor. Slippery. For example, the rocks near the river are slippery. Next, clay. Clay. For example, we made pottery using clay from the riverbank. Next, dew. Dew. For example, in the morning, the grass is covered in dew. Next, mist. Mist. For example, the mist made it hard to see the road. Next, petrichor. Petrichor. For example, after the rain, there's a lovely petrichor in the air. Next, drought. Drought. For example, the drought made it difficult for farmers to grow crops. Next, overcast. Overcast. For example, the sky was overcast and it looked like it might rain soon. Next, ease off. Ease off. For example, the rain started to ease off in the evening. Next, get drenched. Get drenched. For example, we got drenched in the sudden downpour. Next, wade through. Wade through. For example, we had to wade through the flooded streets. Next, lightning. Lightning. For example, the lightning lit up the sky during the storm. Next, strike. Strike. For example, I saw the lightning strike the tall tree. Next, flash. Flash. For example, the flash of lightning was followed by a loud clap of thunder. Next, on and off. On and off. For example, it rained on and off throughout the day. Next, drip. Drip. For example, I could hear the drip of water from the leaky faucet. Next, mud. Mud. For example, we made mud pies in the backyard. Next, muddy puddle. Muddy puddle. For example, the kids jumped into the muddy puddle after the rain. Next, puddle. Puddle. For example, watch out for the puddles, they might be deep. Next, pothole. Pothole. For example, the car hit a pothole and got a flat tire. Next, moss. Moss. For example, the old stone wall was covered in green moss. Next, swamp. Swamp. For example, be careful near the swamp. It's easy to get stuck. Next, bucket down. Bucket down. For example, during the monsoon, it often buckets down heavily. Next, marsh. Marsh. For example, the marsh is home to many different kinds of birds. Next, umbrella. Umbrella. For example, don't forget to bring your umbrella. It might rain later. Next, flood. Flood. For example, the flood washed away everything in its path. Next, drought. Drought. For example, the drought dried up all the crops. Next, flood. Flood. For example, the sudden deluge flooded the streets within minutes. Next, gust. Gust. For example, a gust of wind blew my hat away. Next, gusty. Gusty. For example, be careful, it's gusty outside. The last word is floodplain. Floodplain. For example, the village was built on a floodplain, so flooding was common. Friends, please note this and remember that you watch word meaning video regularly. Hence, you subscribe to Vocab.com channel and like this video. Thanks for watching this video.